You're listening to LOA Recon with Good Vibe Coach Jeanette Ma. Let's have some manifesting fun together. So I've been noticing a phenomenon happening a lot lately with my clients and frankly with myself that I thought would be worth reminding us all of the power of this manifesting tip, because it can be easy to forget sometimes. Oh, don't look now. Magnus, my feral kitten, who has not shown much interest in being a friendly kitty, he's up here in the room right now. Hey, this actually goes with our topic. You know what I've been practicing with him? Okay, so sometimes I see him starting to creep up the stairs, and if I look at him, he freezes, and then he scurries back downstairs. But if I don't look at him, like if I turn my head away and I'm looking at him out of the corner of my eye, or if I use my phone to monitor him surreptitiously, he relaxes. So if I'm not looking at him, he's doing it. He's walking in here. Oh my gosh. I'll just act normally. He's proving my point. That sometimes the best way to manifest what we want is to not pay too much attention to it. Let's stop noticing that it's not here. I don't want to get shouty because he's in the room. I think it's really helpful when we remember to stop activating lack, which we inadvertently do. Oh, that's him meowing in the background, by the way. Oh my gosh, please don't be a meower, kitty. All my kitties are quiet. No one meows while I'm recording. Oh. All right, it'll be fine. He can meow. If we hear Magnus meowing, we'll just celebrate it. He used to be the scared guy who was afraid of people. Well, he can meow in the room if he wants to. It means he's not scared. Okay. So, yeah, we know how this works. You've noticed when you're ignoring something, how often it comes together when you stopped working on it, or you stopped looking at it, you stopped trying for it to happen. Kind of like that phrase, watched pots don't boil. You know what I mean? We've all experienced the way a problem resolves itself if we stop fretting over it. Like, the computer's doing something crazy and we just walk away and it's fine when we come back. Yeah. Well, sometimes when we want to manifest something, we're paying too much attention. We're watching it and watching it and watching it. And we just keep offering the instruction of what is instead of turning our attention away and giving it a chance to grow, giving it a chance to be what we've called it into being through our desire for it. So sometimes it helps when we stop watching it so closely. Oh gosh, he's going to be a noisy kitty. I don't know if you can hear him. He's not going to be shy. Oh boy. Remember how Abraham says, some of the other cats are walking away. I know. I don't know what he's saying either. Okay. Remember how Abraham says, don't take score too soon? Oh, did I experience this one powerfully? Recently. So this is what happened. I got a new computer a while ago, maybe 2 years ago. It's been a while. I'm a little embarrassed at how long it's been. When you hear the story, you'll understand why. So on the old computer, I had a spreadsheet where I kept all my financial numbers, right? It was a beautiful spreadsheet. It was easy to update. I had everything in place. Yeah. Well, with the new computer, I didn't have the old software that let me use that same spreadsheet. I tried opening it, it wouldn't let me. So for a long time, I haven't been looking at those numbers. Hi, kitty. Handsome boy. Hi. What you doing? Oh, so handsome, so brave, so curious. So, one day, I decided to fire up the old computer, which was a challenge. I thought it was my keyboard that was a problem. No, it was the mouse. So anyway, I fired it up because I needed something. Oh, right. My business manager asked me for a copy of an ebook. I wanted her to update. Some of you emailed me saying, hey, this link doesn't work. I asked her to fix it. She said, I need your old one. Okay, it's on the old computer. So anyway, I fired up and I figured, while I'm here, why don't I pull up that spreadsheet, see what I could do to get it, like at least remember what was on it. Okay, in the process, I thought, well, just update your numbers right here. This computer's working fine. Just toss the numbers in here. So I looked up some things and I started putting them in. And I was astonished I could not believe what I was looking at. You know, who doesn't have a desire for financial growth and abundance and prosperity? Don't we all? It's in my vortex for sure. So, and I'm not saying it wasn't something that I didn't have before. It's not like I treated that like a subject of lack, but it was a subject that I studied somewhat regularly. I'm not like I was updating it every week or anything, but a couple times throughout the year, I'd update it. Ooh, until I got the new computer and I couldn't. So, like a couple years pass, I update it. Those numbers, okay, to say they exploded, that might be an exaggeration, but it really felt that way to me. I not only double-checked, I triple-checked, and then I quadruple-checked those numbers because I just couldn't fathom this was accurate. I was like, there must be a cell that's getting duplicated somehow. This can't be. It was accurate. It grew when I stopped looking at it so closely. And I did it by accident. I stopped tracking the money by accident. And watch what happened. It just, remember that story I told once about when I had the gold coins in the safe deposit box? How I laid down some good intentions for those guys. I tucked them away in the bank with some magic because I felt kind of bad. They just had to be in that drawer, so boring. Money likes to have fun. It doesn't like to just sit. So I threw in some fairy dust. I set them up with as good a time as I could. And then, there's a song. Oh, there's a country song. It's one of my favorite songs. Oh, it's a good day to be alive. It's got a lyric in there about, I love that song so much I can't even remember it. Okay, getting sidetracked. What I'm saying is there's value in turning your attention away sometimes. I'm not going to say every time, but giving it a chance to breathe and to morph while you're not looking so closely, giving the feral kitten a chance to explore while you don't have your eagle eye on him, making him nervous. Because I think the reason this is happening is that when we look at something, we're actually slowing down what we want because we're seeing the reality of it. This is, the reality factor. Abraham talks a lot about how that's what trips us up so often. We're paying so much attention to what is that what wants to be can't be because we're all about what is. So when we give up looking so closely at what is, it just feels like we make room for some magic, for the thing to do what we've been wanting it to do. All right, so whatever you're manifesting, if you can tune yourself off the lack of it, I think that's going to be super helpful. Whether you do that by getting distracted by something enjoyable or using your imagination to practice seeing it, to practice having what you want instead of knowing so well what isn't here yet, or even just a general appreciation practice in life can serve really well with this. Like if you know you're tuned to the lack of something, a good remedy is stepping up your appreciation game. It works so much better than to notice that it's not here yet. Like, remember when the IRS had sent me that letter? Oh, I've talked about that one before. I'm not going to reactivate it. And I kept waiting to get their response back saying, okay, you were right. Yeah, we see what you did. Yeah, the numbers, you're right. It's fine. We're done. You don't owe us any money. It took me a while to stop fretting about that whole situation because they didn't see in the first place that there wasn't a problem. So I was kind of nervous that I wasn't going to be able to convince them there's not really a problem here. And I was kind of fretting. I got an IRS issue. It was always like in the back of my mind. I'm exaggerating a little to say always in the back of my mind. Sometimes it was in the front of my mind. But eventually I got better at not thinking about it. I eventually stopped recalling that I even had this issue. And that's when their letter came saying, oh, by the way, yeah, we resolved that. You were right. It's fine. We're done here. You don't owe us anything. That's when the letter came, when I stopped remembering that was still in play. I forgot about it. Such a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful thing. And some people might think, yeah, but problems don't get, mostly muggles are going to think this, not us, right? We're too smart. They think problems don't get solved if you don't address it, if you don't stay on it. You got to pay attention. You got to be on top of things. And maybe there are some subjects where that is our inspiration to get it handled. Maybe. But I really like Abraham's reminder. You can't ever get to the bottom of a problem. Because focusing on a problem, it requires the problem to be. That's what manifests it. Us looking at it. Think of all the things we're looking at, trying to solve. We're not solving it. We're just growing problems. If you're going to pay attention to it, you'd be wise to pay attention to it, not as a problem. Because we can't get rid of problems by addressing them. We've got to activate solutions instead. And that can be tricky when we're on a topic that matters so much to us. We've got to be able to turn our attention elsewhere, even if it's just in the times when we're not required to be thinking about this other problem. Like, you know how much time was really required for me to be handling that IRS issue? Very little. Very, very little. But it got way more airtime than was helpful. That's probably why it took so long for their letter to get here. That's probably just how the IRS works, actually. So turning your attention elsewhere might be the easiest solution. Remember that shoulder problem that I had? I started getting that physical pain, and I was trying to fix it. Like, it was getting worse. The more I paid attention, the worse it got. Yeah, and I was booking time with every healer I could think of, doing everything I could to try to resolve this pain, and it not only wasn't getting better, it was getting worse. And I was starting to get a little freaked out about it. And then eventually I had that day, I just had this epiphany, because I don't want to tell the long version of this. I could only work for like an hour or two in the morning at the computer before it got so bad I couldn't work anymore. And then I just had to lay on my back to get some relief from it. And I'd have to lay there for a long while. It wasn't like, 10 minutes and then you're good to go. It was laying there for a long while. Like, basically my work day was shot. So there I was, working on the computer on something that I enjoy. I love what I do. Doing something, and I realized, I got to stop now. This pain, it's bad enough. I got to stop now. And I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to be kept from what I loved doing. And so I just went, you know what? It is what it is. And I just kept on working. I was like, maybe this is how it is for me from now on. Maybe this is how it is. And in that moment, it was accidental. I wasn't doing this deliberately, but I made some accidental peace with the pain because I didn't want to have to walk away from my work again. And it wasn't out of pressure. It wasn't out of, you got to get it done. It was, I like this. This is what I love doing. I don't want to give it up. And so I didn't. I kept typing. And I felt that instant shift. I felt an instant shift in it. And it wasn't an instant shift in the physical pain. It was an instant shift in the heaviness of the story that I had been telling about it. That was relief. I felt the difference. It was palpable. It was crazy. Okay, so, and then I stopped making it such a big deal. I mean, I had 1 or 2 appointments still on the books that week that I finished, but I just stopped trying to fix it. And several weeks passed, and I realized one day, wow, I don't have any pain anymore. Like, I don't even have any remnants of the tingling in the fingers where it started. It was completely gone. And I had spent 3 months working on that. I know that's a long time for a savvy person to be trying to fix a problem, but it wasn't until I stopped giving it all the attention that it was able to resolve. So I'm just saying that lots of good things can happen when you get distracted with something enjoyable. Although, frankly, I really like the idea of not having it a distraction, but maybe that could be the main thing of our life. Maybe that could be the focal point, the enjoyable things, not just as distractions. So here's some good ways to stop noticing that it's not here yet. Stop thinking that you need it in order to feel any better, because you don't. And when you insist that you do, you're believing a giant myth that is handicapping your alignment to the very thing that you want. In fact, it's probably handicapping more than just that subject in your life. It's probably affecting more areas than that. So it's worth joining me in this perspective that you don't need this thing in order to feel better first. Ooh, we've got a course at that at GVU. We just finished how to feel better first before your thing happens. I know it can be tricky, but try this perspective on, and you might find that it fits. For anyone who has strong resistance to engaging that thought, you're probably just falling for the illusion that if you stop needing it, you're not going to get it. I know that was the routine with our parents when we were getting raised, but that's not how it works with the universe. It's the opposite, actually. Stop needing it so it can come. Find something else to be happy about instead. Put your attention on what's going well. It serves us so well when we do that. So, if you look around in your life, you're probably going to notice things that worked out well for you too when you stopped paying such close attention to it. And I think that's worth getting more deliberate about. Okay, I can hear Merlin asking to be let out the back door now, so I'm going to go play with kitties for a while. I hope you got some inspiration from this episode. Thanks for listening, and happy manifesting, everyone. I am coming, Merlin!